Lucanian red figure bell crater, attributed to the Cyclops painter. Greek, from southern Italy, circa 420 to 410 BCE. James Logie Memorial Collection, accession number 18.53. Craters like this one were used during symposia, or parties, to mix wine with water to make it less potent. This vessel is just over 32 centimetres in height, a little bit taller than a standard ruler. It is shaped like an upside-down bell. The crater has a circular lip, which curves slightly inwards to form the neck and the body. Its body tapers considerably towards the bottom, forming a pinched stem before flaring out into the foot. The foot is less than half the size of the mouth. Just below the neck, on either side of the crater, are two short handles, which do not stick out any further than the widest part of the vessel. The handles are glazed in black, but their insides retain the terracotta hue of the clay. The handles have a rectangular cross-section and extend horizontally. The crater has a lustrous black glaze that contrasts well with the terracotta of the clay. Just below the mouth, a border of laurel leaves runs horizontally around the vessel. The leaves appear to extend out of either side of the stem in perfect symmetry. Just below the border of leaves is a fine terracotta line that also spans the width of the vase horizontally. On the front of the vase is a scene comprised of two men and a woman. The woman is positioned in the middle with the men on either side. She stands facing the man on the left, with an arm extending out towards him, as if making a point in their conversation. The other hand is tucked behind her, pressed into the excess drapery of her clothing. Her clothing is typical of the time. She wears draped garments that fold around her neck and the arms. In contrast, the men are naked. The man on the left is carrying a staff or walking stick and looks directly at the woman. The man on the right appears to be looking at the woman's back and has both his arms outstretched towards her. This gesture may be one of acclamation. Just under the figures is a border that runs across the width of the scene. The border consists of a set of 3 square-shaped spirals followed by a cross. This sequence of patterns repeats across the border. On the back of the crater is another scene which consists of 3 men. 2 of the men appear to be conversing, facing each other. To the right, a third man stands slightly at a distance, as if looking on. The first man on the left is wearing a cloak that is draped down to his ankles. It leaves his right arm bare. He is carrying a tall walking stick in his right hand and holds it out in front of his body so that his arm is extended. In the centre, the second man faces the first and is wearing a similarly draped cloak, except this covers his entire body down to his ankles. The way the cloth folds around the neck is reminiscent of a scarf. The third man is dressed identically to the first in a draped cloak which leaves his right arm bare. He also carries a tall walking stick held out in front of his body. Just under the scene is another border of spirals and crosses that is exactly the same as the border on the front of the vessel. The 2 scenes on this crater are an interesting reflection of each other. Although the figures on each side are different, they are posed in similar stances and face the same way, which invites comparison.